Namaste, everyone. How are you? It is 4:44. There we go. Look at that. And we are doing this video in honor of the full moon in Pisces. It's the end of an astrological season, right? Pisces is number 12. 444 equals 12. I did that to kind of draw in a little bit more energy. This is a really important time for us. We've all been going through a lot of evolution consciously. We've evolved in the body. We are at a place in time now where our bodies are kind of like at the perfect place, and our mind is now growing, evolving, and becoming more sentient, more feeling, more understanding, deeper things interest us more now than things used to. Consciousness, creating a better world around us, learning to live by the universal laws, 10 commandments, or however you want to say it, okay? However you want to go there, they're everywhere. Okay, we're going to throw the dice. So Pisces is the end of the astrological season. Tomorrow is the full moon in Pisces. It's also a symbolism of between death and birth. It's a symbolism of consciousness and how much we've grown in the last year. Everything and all things that we're going through, been through, still going through, working through. What's the matter, honey? You ready to get down? The things that we're working through, overcoming, learning to love ourselves in a better way, to where we give ourselves leniency, compassion, mercy. We're learning to treat ourselves as if we were God, right? That's what we're learning. So we've given all the piety over these last thousands of years to God. God's like, now it's time to bring it in to ourselves, to strengthen ourselves, because we are made in the image of God. And it is our time. It's our evolution. This is when we open our eyes and begin to see that no matter where we come from, we can overcome. No matter where we come from, if we put our minds to it, if we can be strong enough, if we can realize that if we can do it, others can do it too. And the fact that the more of us that do it, the stronger the collective consciousness gets. And we are all a part of changing the world and consciousness itself. Bringing in a better place by believing it's possible. By believing that between life and death, all possibilities are waiting for just someone to realize it's possible and to begin sharing that. And if it's truth, truth catches on. Truth moves through the collective consciousness really fast, especially for those who are able to receive it. Hey. Okay, we're going to throw the dice. Let's see. We are at this point in time, Pisces, the moon is sailing through the tail end of Aries and out into Pisces. So we got watery, airy water, okay, right? Air and water, waves. We got to ride the waves. We got to go with the motions and be very patient with how we feel, as all of our grief and sadness and disbeliefs and hurts and pains are brought to the forefront, so that we can give birth to the new person you're going to be. We're going to be. We're changing. Our collective is changing. We're rising higher. We're riding higher vibrations, 5, change. Leo, fire. Aries. So we got Aries, which we're going to be going, the moon will be sailing through here in a couple days, 3 days, 4, something like that, coming up. But Aries is fire, and Leo is fire. Leo's the fire of the sun, and is Aries the fire of the inner planet, or Aries? I don't know. It's red, but there's no fire there. So the red fire and change. It's going to happen quickly. Fire travels fast. We're all going through a transformation. It's wonderful. Reach for the depths of the earth and for the heights of the heavens. Use your energy to interconnect, connect in, and be a part of the change, because it's happening. And Pisces also stands for the connection between our soul and our material body. So see that connection between your living soul that is in the outer world, and you are emulating it in your body. Yes, be brave, be strong. Hey, what are you doing, precious? Yes, come on, I'll help you down. You go play with your bubby now. Okay, come on, mommy help you. Mwah. Yes. The quickest way to get to know your true soul is to love yourself through it. Your soul wants a temple of love to live in. Your soul will literally live inside of you as if you were a temple when you learn to treat yourself as if you are a temple, a sacred space, that you are a sacred space for the spark of God to ignite and burn and live in peace, in joy, in happiness. Being godlike is all about finding your heart's desires. My heart's desires, after all the years of everything I went through, I just wanted peace. And I truly, truly wanted to stop crying. One time, I cried for so long that when I went to the counselor, they told me I had spontaneous crying. I just cry about everything, all day long. And I couldn't go to the store. I couldn't do anything. And of course, I have felt like I have ruined my life. I was in my 40s. I was addicted to opiates. My husband was addicted to opiates. My kids were addicted to opiates. Everything was going down the drain. I had no idea how to help. I thought I was losing my mind. And I could not quit crying. I knew, and in my mind, I had a dream we were going to be homeless. Driving an old white truck down the road, with an old camper on the back. And sure enough, that truck materialized in my world as I was homeless, and we lived in it for a year. But what I'm trying to say is keep your thoughts positive, because some people don't even know how powerful manifestors they are, and your thoughts and the focus that you focus on, God wants you to know, is what will come to be. This is a wonderful time to work on self-development, learning to love yourself, learning to have mercy and compassion on the things you've been through, learning to understand that everything that you have been through only made you stronger. And the only and all you have to do to figure that out is what did you learn from your lesson? and then implement that into your life. And change is, it's just that easy. We think, oh, I can't change. Oh, I can't change. Yes, you can. You're fluid. You can absolutely change. So, and change is inevitable. Change is what keeps us alive. Being too comfortable, we grow old. When we are adaptable, we stay young. You have to. You got to stay young. You stay young when you become adaptable. Adapting to any situation that comes your way. And figuring out a way to move through and live through it. While holding faith that in the end, you will see the bounty of the effort you put into it, because it will come back to you. The more you give out and appreciate and do the best you can in your day-to-day life, the more the spirit of life will bless you. Let's just call Holy Spirit the spirit of life, because it's in life where we want our blessings. And so, just like anything that you get, it doesn't come for free. If we want our blessings, we work for them. And working for them means working through the Spirit, working on ourselves, developing ourselves into something that we can fall in love with. Finding that beautiful space within us, that you will cherish. It's in all of us. Anybody can do it. It just takes, a few minutes a day to close your eyes and breathe deep and, ask for the change. That's all you gotta do. And it'll come because you asked for it. You feel like you can't get nothing going, breathe deep, call the ethers down, and ask for the change, because you are connected to your soul. That's what Pisces is. They're two fish connected. But Jesus said he was fishing all the time, right? Jesus was fishing, throwing his nets out there, throwing his prayers, throwing his hopes, throwing his, believing that what he said was true. Connecting with spirits, connecting with the past, connecting with the future. Because that's where it's at, right here in the present moment. Everything you've ever done in the past is with you as you move into the future. So right now is the time to do the best towards yourself that you can as we go through this change. Learn to love yourself as an individual, independent, beautiful, living soul on this planet. We're going to the moon cards. Those are my puppies playing. That's actually Aura. She's got a lot of voice. They don't really bite each other. They just roll and tumble and growl. They're 4, 8, 12, 16, 18 weeks now. Almost 4 months. He's hiding under the covers from her. It's really cute. I love to watch them. They make me feel so happy. I love them. Okay, so we are in the dream world with Pisces, between life and death, the spiritual world where the ethers are, ruled by Neptune, the ocean, the abyss, however you want to look at it. Life and death are always connected because everything is connected. Ooh, got 2 cards. Beloved, you're a child, a birth of the universe. I love that. The universe gave birth to you. Beloved, you're loved. Wow, that's beautiful. And you're all a high priestess. Look at this. You all are connected And this is a time to go into the depths of your soul and explore your inner world. The universe gave birth to all of us, you know, and it definitely has a mind. The high priestess carries the mind of the universe, in contact with all things that, you know, and voicing what, you know, God would have heard, or the spirit, or love, you know, be loved. Be loved. It's very important to love yourself. Just take 1 minute and ask yourself, what harm would it do to wrap your arms around yourself, comfort yourself, tell yourself what you believe God would say to you, which is all things are well. All will be well. All will be well. As we go through this big shift change in our evolutionary consciousness of actually learning and opening our eyes and find out God is bigger than a church, that God is bigger than the earth, that God is bigger than this galaxy, that God is as big as the universe. Wow. That blows a lot of people's minds, but it's true. God's way bigger than this planet. God's way bigger than anything we ever knew. And if God picked this planet to seed with life, you better bet God's going to support it. And you have to realize that by acknowledging it, believing in it. That's faith and hope, all built in one. And practice it. Practice it by looking for signs. Look. Elijah called for a storm, for water. And then he started sending Elijah to go look over the mountain to see if the clouds were coming yet. Every day, Elisha would go to the mountain edge and look to see if the clouds were coming. It took about 6 weeks, but they'd been in drought for years and years. And on the 6th week, Alyssa was like, wow, you know, and she went back and she told Elijah, here they come, the storm's coming. And sure enough, you know, Elijah called for that storm and looked and watched for it, believed it would come, and it did. So, you know, we probably don't want to call no storms or anything like that, but you might call for, you know, whatever you need to call for, justice, money, you know, resources if you need them. You know, if you have everything you need, then think in that way. You have everything you need, and the more you believe that you have everything you need and are happy with that, and you know, be grateful for what you got, more and more and more will come. More and more and more and more. And you know, you'll get what you need, right? If you have what you need, why do you need more? You know, that's consumerism. You know, that's part of the lusty crowd. Oh, I gotta have this, it'll make me feel so good. No, it won't make you feel good. Be an honest and truthful person. That will make you feel good. Tell the truth no matter what comes opposing you. You also gain courage and strength from it. Step into your lionhood. Rah! Right? And feel good from the inside out. And new clothes ain't going to make no difference. Although I do love my moon shirt here in sun. It was a gift for my birthday. And I really love it. I got like about 5 shirts. I was like, whoa, I can't believe it. And I was so excited. And it come from almost a stranger. She moved in upstairs about a month ago, and she's like, I got all these shirts, you can have them. I'm like, whoa, thank you so much. And so I was thinking to God too, like a week ago, before I even got the shirts. I was like, oh God, my shirts are looking pretty worn up. I really do need to get me a few shirts. And sure enough, there's the synchronicity of it. She came down with the shirts. So watch for it. Ask God for what you need. If you need it, you'll get it. It's the way I see it. When I was out on the streets, I asked God for everything I needed, and I got everything I needed. I believed I'd get it too, because I believed that I was working for God. I truly believed that I was, I'm not religious, but kind of like following, like an apostle, following, the examples of Jesus as I was walking, getting clean, coming off drugs, learning to manage my emotions, learning to manage my thoughts, because when I first started panhandling, I didn't get any money, and I kept thinking I was unworthy. Why would anybody want to give me anything? And I didn't get much at all. And finally, God was able to get through to me and said, just breathe, don't think. And so I started wearing my sunglasses and just closing my eyes and just breathing and not thinking. And I would wait for somebody to say something to me before I looked, because I was so embarrassed and ashamed. And finally, without thinking that I'm unworthy, I had to stop that. I started getting blessings. It took a couple years. But how you think about yourself matters a lot, and how you think of others matters too. You got to remember that everybody makes mistakes. I'm even learning this. I'm learning to forgive people who have hurt me. Not everybody has to forgive anything. But I know that if I work with the laws of the universe, which the laws are, people make mistakes and deserve forgiveness. Don't mean I have to, hang out, be their buddy, but to be kind and compassionate if I can, if it's a situation that gives me that opportunity. And if not, to turn around and walk away without saying a word. I'm learning to do that now without being mean or judging people, and trying to learn how to forgive completely, make it like a mistake. It's not that easy for me. Never, I have never been able to release anybody that's ever betrayed me before. I've really had a hard problem about that. And I don't know, I guess I'm old school. I'm not sure, and I pray about it. I feel like, though, once somebody's betrayed you, you don't give them another chance to do it, especially if it hurt. And so the best thing to do is that kind of like arm's length. For me, for now, I'm trying. We got the fire-prone sage. Yeah, the protector. See all the people here in her womb? Let's see if I can find that. There we go. Let's come over here. Yeah. The protector of the people. The crone. She burns away all that which isn't needed. The tree of life. Nunamox. Nevermore. A homage to the mothers of the disappeared. This is a homage to the mothers of those who have disappeared, to let them know that their children are safe. I'm so grateful that I pulled this card, and I'm going to look this up because it's very important, so I can read every word of it, because we know, and I know, of mothers who have lost their children and, have yet to find them. But that don't mean they won't come home wagging their tails behind them. Because it is possible. As I lost my son for 10 years and had no idea where he was. And prayed continuously and refused to think that he was dead. I would not allow that thought. And anybody that tried to say anything like that, like Scott, no, we never go there. We never go there. We stay in the faith and hope. And we say our son is alive, our daughter is alive, our beloved is alive. And I know you're protecting him, God. I know, universe, you got him. And this tells me because it's a homage and a protection card that your children or your child is still alive. And I got a kick. So what we got to do is believe he'll come home when the time is right. I'm going to read this now. Fire crone sage. We know the crone is the protector. She's the grandmother spirit of fire. Cauldron of regeneration, old age, winter, dark, north, Sagittarius, Mars, if that means anything to you. This is to the older women, the grandmothers, the crones. The ancestral womb holds the power to regenerate life, passed on from generation to generation through the mother line. The tree of life bears the fruits of free will and miraculous wonder, and yes, in horrific imbalance as well. Reverse, this card reminds us that when the elements in nature and in human nature are not held in balance, the creative potential becomes destructive. Even when the souls of missing and murdered indigenous women cry out from ancient mother's womb, she continues to nurture the power of life to recreate itself. It is up to us to empower what we wish to create and recreate in our lives. What ancient and new voices are stirring within you. Come on, honey. So we never get up, and we never give up, and we refuse the thought that any damage would be done. We pray for the angels and the good spirits and our ancestors to watch over and protect our child, our children, our beloveds, and we believe and have faith that this is how it will be. When my son called me a couple of years ago, it's been almost 3 years that he's been home now, this coming March. I couldn't believe it. And I'll take him any way he came. And that's what I told God, no matter how he comes back, I'll take him. And I mean that to this day. He's not the same as he used to be, but that's okay. I love him. He's a good kid. And I'm very grateful to have him home. So remember to have faith and belief so that the universe will work in your favor, and positive thoughts. This is wisdom. And there's another card behind, I'm going to read that, but I wanted to complete the positive thoughts. When my kids were little, and I didn't have a phone, and I would holler and holler, and they didn't come home, because I lived out in the middle of the boondocks. There was hundreds and thousands of acres to roam. I'm a poet and didn't know it. That's so funny. Anyway, I would connect to my children with my mind. I would actually see them in my face. This is to any mothers who are missing their children. I would see their face right here. I started practicing psychic abilities way early, way young. And I would see their faces, and I would say, come home. And they would come home. I didn't catch on that I was psychic. I didn't know because, I didn't read books. I didn't understand. I just knew that I could bring him home by calling for him through my mind. And so practice this. See the face. Look at the picture. Talk to the creator of creations, the universe, that he's protected and that he's going to come home. Believe with your whole heart and soul. And then live your life. Live your life to the fullest of your abilities. Take deep breaths. Remember the good. Continue to move forward and have faith and belief, and this will help your life to carry on. I love you. I love all you guys. And this is another crone card. This is to another mother, grandmother. And we got Gaia rhythms here. So we've got the Hermit, the crone. Yes, in your alone time, remember to be grateful to the universe and ask the creator of all creations and source and principalities, because they're all out there. What we called gods is a possibility that they were principalities created in the universe. We can call on justice. We can call on love. We can call on peace. We can call on these angels, these energies, and they will begin to come in and guide us. And we have to open ourselves and leave room for it to come in and be somewhat vulnerable. We have to be trusting. We have to be open. We have to be like an open door, inviting in the rhythm of nature, that we can find healing and strength to believe, and signs. You want to look for signs. Look for signs. Listen for signs. You want to try meditating and focusing on peace, and then also meditating and focus on connecting with your beloved ones. Because we're all psychic. Some of us know it, some of us don't. We just take it as a natural phenomenon that everybody has that. That's the way I thought. Everybody's just like me. Couldn't find out they weren't. That's why everybody looked at me like the oddball. So, use what God gave you, your psychic abilities. Open your chakras. You can send louder messages. Send I love you, come home. This is for a specific person out there that I love very much. I've never met her, but I know a little bit about her. And so this message is coming out about your beloved, and it's a wake-up call. If you have beloveds out there, it's a judgment call. I don't understand that, but wake up. And Thunder Woman in the far north. I love that. It's about your north node. It's about seeking out where your north node is. Get in your north node. Be strong. Be patient, be loving, be kind, be gentle to yourself. Have faith and hope, and comfort yourself. And know that the possibilities of anybody coming home that you need to come home will happen. So, it's a wake-up call. Families will be called back together. Maybe that's what God's saying. Those of us who have lost family members, we maybe be called to come back together. Yes, look, Great Mother embodying spirit, stardust child. God is going to call our families back together. We've all been split apart and separated. A lot of us, whether separated in length and distance, separated emotionally, separated mentally, because those are all separations too. Because really, to have a full relationship, you got to be connected mentally, you got to be connected emotionally, and you got to be connected a little bit physically. Meaning, willing to at least give a hug or touch hands, right? Yeah, family. Didn't I just say that God is ready to bring the family back together? And look, it don't matter. The wolf, the rabbit, and the child is a moon. And the moon child, a full moon. Not to mention, wow, did Mother Moon show up, or Divine Moon? I'm not sure how to see her. I want to call her, really, she's the child of the earth, and Althea, truth. We've been her father, the moon, because the moon was created when Althea crashed into the earth, and this popped out of the earth's inner core. The moon did, so she would be the daughter, the daughter, the fire that died, that was in the earth, the molten lava, the child of Althea. Spirit, I don't know, it's kind of a strange thing for me. I'll have to contemplate on that more, but it's something deep that came from out of the earth that reflects back to us the energies of the astrological constellations that surround us. It's just, it's like it goes so deep. Like you going all the way back to the creation of the constellations. There's a mind behind that. I know it's hard to comprehend, but it's deep. But it's all about family. It's all about family. Bringing family back together. And so, with that being said, there ain't much more to say. Because family is what matters. The things you love, the people you love, your hopes and dreams, for the experiences you want to have with your family. That is everything. It's everything. If it ain't nothing more than sitting around hanging out, or, like my son, back and forth, I know he's there, I like that. Whether we're hanging out or not. I'm pretty much a loner and hang out here in my room, through habit probably, or because I study a lot and watch things that he don't really get into. He's a sports fanatic, and so I let him do his thing and I do mine, but we're still comforted knowing each other's there. And that's what's important. And also is important to have faith, to have hope in your heart, and to believe that the universe is working for your best good, to bring you the family, to bring that into your life. This could be a challenge for you in your faith and hope. You may look at it like a challenge to be born, to learn to guide yourself to a place to where you can find hope, and in hope comes somewhat happiness. We always have to have hope. If we ain't got proof of something, then there's always hope. And we have hope until there is nothing, until there is proof there is no hope. Right? Yes. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do an astrological. Let's do the Vivaticus. Let's look at our chakras for a minute. This full moon. shining through Pisces. You know, the ocean, the sea, the depths, the abyss, that place where, you know, where we go when we leave this world. Strength. Leo again. Yeah, have strength. God's saying have strength and courage. I got a kick. Believe. Change your outlook. Have faith, strength, courage, and hope. And look at everything with a positive attitude and a mindset. And, you know, bring your son home with love. Believe, pray, accept all things, you know, prepare yourself for, you know, anything. Prepare yourself for anything. We all really need to do that, right? Prepare ourselves for anything. We have here the Hierophant, the Page of Swords, and the Ace of Swords, and that's the truth. And the Hierophant is, you know, like over the kingdom, over, I don't say religion, even though it looks religious. I say over the spiritual world. And this is the truth. And it does look like a Page of Cups here. Youthful and young. I don't know how old your son is, but it looks like, you know, love. So, I mean, this is God. No, not love. I'm sorry. Air, mind. Aquarius and Capricorn and Pisces. Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Yeah, wow. Two Aquarius and Pisces, and that's right where we are today. So, be clever, use your intellect, be assertive, use your curiosity, you know, ambition, energetic, outspoken communication. This is a new challenge and a conquest, but there's victory in it. Decisions, power, intellect, potential, courage, prosperity, and success. Yeah. Traditional values. Follow conventions and norms. All right. So, I mean, you can't get more than that. The truth is to have faith. This is all about changing yourself before your blessings come in, getting ready for them. Learning how to love yourself so that when those that you love do come back home, you can know how to love them. You can give them space too to love you. So, yeah, learning to love yourself is learning to love your family, because you can only love your family as much as you love you. And you're going to treat your family how you treat you. So how are you treating yourself? Are you good to yourself? Do you talk nice to yourself? Do you have faith and hope in yourself? Do you believe in yourself? These are important qualities to have in order to have a happy family. So God says it's in your court. It's up to you. You know, life is always changing. Changing every day. Every day we change. Just like the moon, we just go zoo, zoo, zoo. You know, so look forward to change. Change is good. I love change. Be adaptable. Flow. Okay, guys. I love y'all. I hope you like this reading. Give me a yell. Bye-bye.